Gentlemen, if you're waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. to pass urine and thinking it's just age, please think again. That harmless habit you do every day might be quietly enlarging your prostate and damaging your sleep bladder and even heart health. As a prostate doctor, I have seen too many seniors, both in India and the US, ignore these early signs until they land up in surgery or with a catheter. So in today's video, I will reveal 5 daily habits that silently harm your prostate and 5 simple changes that can protect it naturally without medicine. But before we begin, I would truly love to hear from you. Where are you watching from and what time is it right now? Please share it in the comments. Even one line from your day means a lot to me. And if you care about your health or someone close to you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Together, let's stay informed, take action, and age with dignity and strength. In our Indian families, many elders quietly suffer from disturbed sleep, getting up 2 or even 3 times each night to pass urine. Most think it's just part of growing older, something to accept with age. But as a doctor, I must tell you, this may not be age alone. Inside your body, just below the bladder, sits a small gland called the prostate. It surrounds the tube through which urine flows out. When this gland begins to swell even slightly, it starts pressing on that tube, making it harder for urine to flow freely. You may feel the need to go, but then struggle to start or feel like your bladder never empties completely. This swelling often begins silently without pain or fever. It is influenced by hormone changes, testosterone, estrogen, and vasopressin that naturally shift after 60. Vasopressin especially helps reduce urine production at night, but after 60, its levels often drop. This means the kidneys keep making more urine even while you try to sleep. And when a swollen prostate meets an overactive bladder, your nights become restless and your days begin in exhaustion. Let me share the story of Mr. Ravi, a retired teacher from Chennai. He thought waking up at 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. was just normal. But after one checkup and a few lifestyle changes, he began sleeping 6 hours straight. It wasn't a miracle. It was science and the body's quiet response when we treat it gently. So, dear elder, don't ignore these signs. It's not always disease. Sometimes it's just the body asking for a little understanding and a small change in habit. 5 habits that silently cause damage. Habit 1. Drinking too little water. During the day, in many Indian households, especially among the elderly, there's a common belief if you drink less water, you will wake up fewer times at night. But in reality, this habit may be doing the exact opposite, slowly irritating your bladder and enlarging your prostate. You see, when your body doesn't get enough water during the day, your urine becomes darker and more concentrated. This concentrated urine is acidic and irritates the lining of your bladder, which lies just above the prostate. Over time, this irritation causes inflammation, and your prostate, which is already sensitive with age, begins to swell further. Let me tell you about Mr. Ramesh, a 69-year-old gentleman from Mumbai. Worried about nighttime trips to the bathroom, he began drinking hardly any water after 4 p.m. At first it seemed to help, but within weeks, he found himself waking up more, not less sometimes, with a burning feeling while passing urine. After consulting a urologist, he understood that dehydration was stressing his bladder and prostate together. Once he began sipping water consistently throughout the day, especially between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m., his urine became lighter and his sleep more peaceful. So, dear friend, don't fear water. Think of it like medicine. The timing and dosage matter. Try to drink about 2 to 2.5 liters per day, depending on your health spread evenly from morning until early evening. And remember, if your urine is pale yellow or nearly clear, your body is saying, thank you. Habit 2. Sitting for long hours without movement. In our golden years, we often find comfort in sitting, whether it's reading the newspaper, watching serials, or enjoying a quiet game of cards. But staying in the same position for too long, especially while sitting, can quietly harm your prostate. When you sit for hours without moving, the blood flow to your pelvic region reduces, creating pressure and stagnation in the area surrounding the prostate. This lack of movement increases inflammation and may contribute to gradual prostate enlargement. One patient of mine, Mr. Iqbal from Lucknow, used to sit on his veranda chair from morning till noon without getting up. He loved his morning chai and news, but his prostate didn't enjoy the routine as much. He began feeling the urge to urinate more frequently, sometimes just after finishing a trip to the bathroom. His urologist suggested a simple routine: every 30 minutes, stand up and walk for 2 minutes. Even just going to the kitchen, watering the tulsi plant, or doing a few heel lifts while holding onto the chair made a visible difference within days. So here's a tip that costs nothing but gives everything: keep the blood flowing. You don't need long walks or exercise mats. Just remind yourself every half hour, I rise. This keeps your pelvic muscles active and your bladder healthier. Habit 3. Too much caffeine or late evening. Chai is part of our soul. In India, morning starts with it, guests are welcomed with it, and evenings are incomplete without it. But too much chai, especially after 2 p.m., may be quietly disturbing your sleep and irritating your prostate. Caffeine found in tea, coffee, colas, and even chocolate acts as a diuretic. This means it increases urine production, putting extra pressure on your bladder and prostate. Caffeine also makes the bladder muscles contract more frequently, leading to urgency and more night trips. Mrs. Lakshmi's husband, 74 years old from Hyderabad, used to sip strong filter coffee at 5 p.m. every evening. He enjoyed the aroma and warmth, but soon noticed disturbed sleep and a stronger urge to urinate around midnight. When they replaced his evening coffee with warm ajwain water and cut down his caffeine after lunch, things changed gently but surely. Within 2 weeks, he began sleeping 5 to 6 hours without waking, something he hadn't done in years. So, dear elder, it's not about giving up joy, but shifting the timing. Enjoy your tea or coffee in the morning, even up to lunch. But after that, consider herbal options like methi water jeera tea or plain warm water with a pinch of turmeric. Your prostate will thank you with peaceful nights. Habit 4. Spicy, salty, and processed foods. Our Indian food is rich in flavor, from masala dosas to pickles, from samosas to sev. But the same spices and salts that make our food delicious can also inflame our internal systems, including the prostate. Chilies, black pepper, and heavily processed foods increase overall body inflammation, which in turn worsens prostate swelling. Add to that excess sodium, food preservatives, and refined oils, and we create a perfect storm of imbalance inside. Mr. Suresh from Ahmedabad was famous in his family for his evening snack plate, fried pakoras with a generous side of pickle. But at 70, he found his nights increasingly disturbed and his digestion sluggish. After consulting a nutritionist, he slowly switched to steamed sprouts, fresh fruit, and a handful of soaked almonds instead. His prostate symptoms calmed, and so did his acid reflux and energy levels. So what's the lesson here, dear elder? You don't have to eat bland food. Just choose wisely. Use haldi, fresh ginger, and a pinch of black pepper instead of red chili powders. Enjoy fresh fruits like amla and banana rather than chips or sweets from packets. A colorful plate from the earth is far better than one from a box. Habit 5. Ignoring the urge to urinate. Holding it too long. Many seniors, especially when outside the home or during prayer, tend to hold in urine longer than needed. Sometimes it's due to inconvenience, sometimes embarrassment, and sometimes just habit. But this delay can quietly stress your bladder and prostate. When you resist the urge, your bladder stretches, pressing down harder on the prostate lying just below. Over time, this weakens the bladder muscles, causes leftover urine, and increases the risk of infection or inflammation. Uncle Mahadev from Pune used to drive his grandchildren to school daily. Even when he felt the urge mid-drive, he would wait till reaching home thinking it was more disciplined. But slowly he began experiencing a burning sensation and a constant feeling of incomplete emptying. His doctor explained that holding urine creates stagnant pools where bacteria thrive. When he began going as soon as he felt the need, even if it meant using public washrooms occasionally, the relief was significant. So here's a gentle reminder. Don't wait. Trust your body's signals. Go when your bladder says it's time, not when your schedule agrees. Even if you're outside, carry tissue, keep sanitizer, and know that health comes first, always. These 5 habits may seem small or ordinary, but inside your body, they create slow changes, some helpful, some harmful. As we grow older, the prostate becomes more sensitive and our choices begin to matter more than ever. The good news is you are still in control. If you gently shift your daily rhythm, drink water earlier, move more, choose calming teas, eat fresh, and honor your bladder's signals, you may find that your nights become quieter, your sleep deeper, and your mornings brighter. Dear elder, it is never too late to listen to your body and respond with love. Start with one habit today, even a small one. Because when you care for your prostate, it quietly cares for the rest of your life. 5 habits you need to change immediately. Habit 1. Smoking or living around those who do. In many Indian homes, especially among elders, smoking was once seen as a symbol of manhood, even relaxation. But what once felt harmless is now known to quietly damage your body, especially your prostate. Whether you are the one smoking or you live in a house where someone else smokes regularly, the harm is the same. Tobacco smoke reduces the flow of oxygen-rich blood to your pelvic organs, including the prostate. Over time, it increases oxidative stress, which means your body gets flooded with toxic molecules that cause inflammation. Let me share the story of Mr. Arvind from Bhopal, a 72-year-old retired banker. He had stopped smoking years ago but still sat daily with his younger brother, who smoked on the balcony after dinner. Arvindji began experiencing a sense of pressure in his lower abdomen along with frequent night urination and slow flow. After seeing a urologist, he learned that secondhand smoke was silently irritating his prostate and reducing its ability to repair. So, dear elder, if you smoke, know this: the body begins healing the moment you stop. And if you don't smoke, please protect yourself from passive smoke. Your lungs and prostate both deserve clean air. Natural herbs like triphala and ginseng, under your doctor's guidance, may also support detox and improve circulation over time. Your breath is your strength. Protect it with wisdom and care. Habit 2. Skipping regular health checkups. Many elders in India only visit the doctor when the pain becomes unbearable, not before. But when it comes to your prostate, waiting too long can cost you restful nights and peaceful mornings. The prostate often enlarges silently with no major symptoms at first. You may feel only mild hesitation while passing urine or a slightly weaker stream, which you may ignore. But inside pressure is building, and by the time urgency, pain or attention begins, the condition has advanced. Take the case of Mr. Joseph from Kochi, age 69. He hadn't seen a doctor in 5 years. When he suddenly found himself unable to urinate at all, he was rushed to the emergency room and required catheterization. All of this could have been avoided with one annual checkup, including a PSA blood test and a simple rectal exam. These tests are quick, non-invasive, and save thousands of men from surgery each year. So please don't let hesitation or shyness stop you. Your health deserves your attention, and your doctor is your partner, not a judge. Once a year, mark your calendar prostate health check. If something is detected early, small lifestyle changes, not medication, are often enough. Prevention is not weakness. It is wisdom. Habit 3. Eating too much. Red meat or processed meats. In many Indian families, especially on Sundays, mutton curry or keema becomes a family favorite. But eating red meat too frequently, especially in processed forms like sausages, bacon or cold cuts, can quietly harm your prostate. These meats are rich in saturated fats and chemicals that promote inflammation inside the body, especially in older men. As digestion slows with age, these heavy foods sit longer in your system, increase in bloating and pelvic pressure. The combination of inflammation and added abdominal weight puts direct strain on your prostate gland. Mr. Aslam from Delhi used to eat red meat 4 to 5 times a week, thinking it gave him strength. But over the years, he noticed increasing fatigue, constipation, and difficulty with urination. His nutritionist suggested a gentle shift: reduce red meat to once a week, replace with fish, mung dal chana, or paneer. He began including buttermilk, papaya, and soaked almonds in his weekly meals. Within a month, his digestion improved and his nighttime bathroom trips reduced significantly. So, dear friend, you don't need to give up meat completely, but moderation is your medicine. Try adding more plant-based protein, seasonal vegetables, and light home-cooked dals to your meals. Let your food support your healing, not add to your burden. Habit 4. Belly fat and lack of movement. Many elders in India feel they have earned their rest after 60, and yes, rest is important. But when movement stops completely, the body begins to accumulate fat, especially around the waist. This belly fat is not just extra weight, it produces inflammatory chemicals that irritate the prostate. It also disturbs your hormone balance, especially testosterone and estrogen, which are closely linked to prostate health. A larger waistline also physically pushes on your bladder and prostate, worsening your symptoms. Let's take Mr. Prakash from Surat as an example. At 68, he had a round belly and low energy, but didn't feel the need to walk. But his urologist gently explained that his waist size of 105 centimeter was placing extra strain on his urinary system. With encouragement, he began taking morning walks for just 15 minutes and doing seated leg lifts in his living room chair. Over 2 months, he reduced 3 kilos, improved sleep, and gained the confidence to join his local temple yoga group. So, dear elder, start small. You don't need a gym. A slow walk after breakfast, a few light stretches while watching TV, even rotating your ankles while sitting all count. Keep your waistline under 100 centimeters if you can. Not for appearance, but for function and peace of mind. Habit 5. Not managing chronic stress. This is perhaps the most invisible but powerful factor affecting your prostate. Stress in older adults often hides behind silence, unspoken worries about health, finances, family, or loneliness. But the body listens even when the mouth stays quiet. When you live in a constant state of worry, your brain signals the body to release cortisol, the stress hormone. Over time, cortisol creates inflammation, tightens muscles in the pelvic floor, and disrupts hormone function. A 70-year-old widower from Nagpur, Mr. Vishnu, came to my clinic with multiple prostate symptoms. His tests were normal, but his body was not at ease. He had lost his wife, felt disconnected from his children abroad, and spent his days watching television alone. When we added just 3 things to his routine, 10 minutes of deep breathing, daily morning sun exposure, and weekly satsang calls with old friends, his symptoms eased without any new medication. So let me say this with love and science. Your mind matters just as much as your body. Don't carry stress alone. Share your thoughts with a friend, join a bhajan group, or even listen to devotional music before bed. Try sleeping by 10 p.m., walk barefoot on grass, or chant a simple mantra each morning. These small shifts have the power to soften your entire nervous system, including your prostate. Dear elder, these 5 habits, smoking, avoiding checkups, heavy meats, belly fat, and chronic stress, may seem unrelated. But they all affect your prostate directly or indirectly, especially after the age of 60. The good news is you still have the power to change them. Not all at once, but gently, step by step, one habit at a time. Start with the one that speaks to you the most. Maybe it's skipping chai for herbal tea, or choosing chana over lamb, or simply booking that annual checkup. Whatever you choose, know this, your body still listens. And when you care for it with consistency and kindness, it often responds with quiet gratitude. So, which habit will you shift today? In many Indian homes, health advice is often passed down through generations, sometimes with turmeric milk, sometimes with warm oil massages. But when it comes to prostate care, especially after the age of 60, science and tradition can walk hand in hand. Today, let us talk about small diet and lifestyle changes that can gently support your prostate naturally without medicines or stress. These are things you can do in your own kitchen, in your own bedroom, with your own loving hands. No fancy equipment, no strict rules, just everyday wisdom with a scientific heart. Let's begin with the food on your plate. One of the most powerful foods for prostate health is the humble ripe tomato, not raw but well cooked. Tomatoes contain lycopene, a red pigment that acts like a shield for your prostate, reducing inflammation and slowing unwanted growth. Cooking tomatoes in a little mustard oil or ghee with spices like jeera or haldi helps release more lycopene for your body to absorb. Try adding tomato chutney or rasam to your lunch 3 times a week. Your prostate will quietly thank you. Another gentle friend is the pumpkin seed, or kadu ke beej. These small seeds are rich in zinc, a mineral essential for healthy prostate cells and hormone balance. You can roast them lightly and have 1 spoonful as an afternoon snack, or mix them into your morning poha. Mr. Sharma from Lucknow, age 71, started eating pumpkin seeds instead of namkeen during his evening TV time and saw reduced nighttime urgency within a month. Also consider soy-based foods like soy milk, tofu, or even simple soya chunks in your sabzi. Soy contains natural compounds that help balance male hormones and protect the prostate from swelling. In many parts of South India, fermented soy-based curries have long been used to support urinary health in older men. Adding soy twice a week may feel new at first, but over time it becomes just another comforting part of your meal. Then there's the pomegranate or anna. This fruit not only helps lower inflammation but also supports circulation and bladder tone. Enjoy it mid-morning or sprinkle the seeds over curd or chaat, a colorful way to protect your body from within. Like 68-year-old Mr. Vivek from Jaipur, who said, "Anna gives my prostate a smile and my digestion a rest." Now, let's talk about water, something so simple yet so powerful. Start your day with a glass of warm water, ideally between 6:30 and 7:00 a.m. This wakes up your digestive system, supports bowel movements, and flushes overnight toxins. Avoid cold water after 6 p.m. as it can shock the bladder and trigger urgency during sleep. Warm water or herbal infusions like ajwain or tulsi are gentler on your system. Your sleeping posture also matters more than you may think. Sleeping on your left side helps reduce pressure on the bladder and improves circulation around the pelvic organs. If you've always slept on your back, try placing a pillow between your knees and slowly shift over. Your body will adapt. Many seniors have reported deeper, longer sleep just from this small adjustment. Lastly, after dinner, instead of lying down immediately, sit for a while in a relaxed position. Sit upright with your back-supported feet touching the ground and hands resting softly on your lap. You can gently massage your lower abdomen in a clockwise motion for 3 to 5 minutes. This not only supports digestion but relaxes the muscles around the bladder and prostate. It is a simple ritual, one that tells your body the day is done. You may rest now. Dear elder, these are not complicated treatments. They are quiet choices, rooted in trust, guided by knowledge, and made with love for your own body. If you follow even 2 or 3 of these habits regularly, your nights may become more peaceful and your mornings brighter. Because your health is not in the hands of others. It begins gently and powerfully with you. Let me tell you the story of Mr. Harish, a 72-year-old gentleman from Surat, Gujarat, retired, soft-spoken and deeply loved by his family. For many years, he quietly endured broken nights, waking up nearly 4 times between midnight and sunrise just to pass urine. At first, he thought it was just part of getting older, something to accept like grey hair or aching knees. But slowly, his days became foggy, his body tired, his mood low, and even his morning walk began to feel like a burden. His daughter noticed he was skipping family outings, preferring to stay home and rest. One day, during a visit to his family doctor, Mr. Harish finally opened up about his sleep troubles. With gentle guidance, he made just a few small changes. Nothing drastic, nothing difficult. He began drinking most of his water before 4 p.m., ate an early dinner before 7 p.m., and slowly gave up his late evening chai. At first, it felt unusual, even a little uncomfortable, but he trusted the process. He kept a journal by his bedside, noting how often he got up each night. Within 2 weeks, something beautiful happened. He was waking up only once, sometimes not at all. His sleep deepened, his face looked fresher, and his morning walks became longer. No more sitting on the bench every 10 minutes. He even began humming his old favorite bhajans again while watering his tulsi plant. Dear elder, Mr. Harish's story is not rare. It is the quiet proof that change is still possible even at 72. You do not need pills or big plans, just small steps taken gently with care and patience. Your body still listens, and when you treat it kindly, it often responds with peace. So, my dear elder, today we've learned that even small daily habits, like when you drink water, how you sit, or what time you eat, can quietly affect your prostate health and sleep. These are gentle shifts, not strict rules, but they hold the power to bring peace back to your nights and comfort to your days. And remember, if you're already facing symptoms like pain, frequent urination, or discomfort, it's always best to speak directly with your doctor. These tips are shared for general awareness. If you're facing any health challenges, be sure to check with your doctor before trying anything new. Now, I would love to hear from you. What is one thing from this video that touched you or made you think differently? If you found the video helpful, please type 1 in the comments below. If you feel it wasn't quite right for you, type 0 so I can improve and serve you better in the next video. And if you'd like more gentle health advice made especially for elders, like you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, press the bell icon so you never miss a new update, and share this video with someone who may be quietly going through the same. Wishing you deep rest tonight and a light heart tomorrow. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.